What's going on YouTube? Burlington Northern HO fan here. And today we're going to be unboxing a locomotive that I got from eBay. It's new to me. It's not a brand new locomotive. It is a Rivarossi E8. I already have two of these, and this is a copy of one that I already have. So let's get this box open and see what kind of condition it is. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just going to kind of open it up. Leave your speculations of what you want to think it is. Even though the title has probably already told you what it is. Let's open this thing up. Got this thing on a pretty good deal. Alright, so we've got the box open, and of course the guy used packing peanuts, so this is going to make a mess. So let's see if we can just dig the locomotive out of here. Alright, so here's the box. That's in pretty good, decent shape. Alright, so it's in an AHM box, and as you can tell, it is a Burlington Northern E8. So I'm happy to have another one of these. This was on a really good deal. These things usually go for like 50 bucks on eBay, and I got this thing for about 30. So I'm pretty happy with it. So let's get this thing open. There she is. Well, it looks like the horns are intact, which is good because they're very fragile on these locomotives. Now, the box says it's got two motors. That interests me because I've never seen an E8 like this have two motors, and it really shouldn't. But we'll get this thing open here. Ooh, that's even better. It comes with the original Rivarossi manual. That is awesome. Now, let's see if this manual is the original manual for this locomotive. There's the parts list here for the locomotive. All the parts that are in it. And this is a list of hobby shops that you could have taken it to at the time that support all the parts dealers and everything. And then here's the original Rivarossi manual. So, pretty cool. There's an ad for the cab forward, which is a steam locomotive. I don't know, the opinion on that locomotive is kind of mixed. Some people like it, some people hate the look of it. I somewhat think it's a kind of interesting locomotive. I would like to own one, but it's not my main priority to own one. So, but yeah, let's take a look at the locomotive, shall we? Alright, so here we are. We've got the Rivarossi E8. It is actually somewhat heavy, which is interesting to me. It does have a motor in the front, which is very odd. I've never seen that before. It's missing its front coupler. Interesting. Looks like to be in good shape. This is so that's a powered axle. And that's a powered axle. This is a dual-motored E8. I have never seen something like this before. That is impressive. Both these trucks are powered. I've never seen that. Interesting. Let's go grab my other E8. I want to compare the two. Okay, so this is my original E8 that has only one motor. As you can see, I can't. These wheels in the front are free moving. In the back is not. So it only has one motor in the back. This is insane, though. I've never seen that before. No wonder why it's so heavy. Let's go take it to the test track. Let's go take it to the layout and see how it does. And I want to see what kind of pulling power this thing has now that I know that it has 2 motors. Well, there we go. Now the shell just came off. Wow. I have never seen something like that before. It is missing its couplers, or its body mount screws, which is why the shell just came off, which is fine. I can find screws for those pretty easily. I'm gonna have to look into this. This wire is kind of somewhat interesting. I'd like to put some heat shrink on that. I don't like seeing exposed wires like that. But yeah, that is a dual motored E8. I've never seen or heard of something like this. So let's get this thing back together here. Alright, so we've got her back together. It's okay that it doesn't have a front coupler. All I really care about is this rear coupler, which it has one. So let's get it on the track and see how it runs. Alright, so we got her on the track now. Let's get her to see how she does. This is about half power, which is where these Rivarossis usually like to stay. Very interesting. It can probably use some lubrication. Let's run it in reverse here. Now, my other Rivarossi E8 does not like to run in reverse. So that way we do know that the gears in this locomotive are good. I am curious, though, to see what the gears in this locomotive look like, and to see if it's actually lubricated. So let's bring it back over to the workbench. We'll take off the covers, the truck covers on the bottom, and see if there's lubrication, and see what kind of condition the gears are on for both of these motors that are in here. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do when you're working on these Rivarossi E8s, easiest way to access them are these screws here on the bottom. All you gotta do, hold on one second. So, anyway, there's these screws on the bottom here. You unscrew those, and you'll get to the gears. So let's get our screwdriver. The weight just fell out the back, that's okay. We don't need to worry about that. So we're gonna start with this one in the back. So all you gotta do is unscrew these. I'm gonna cut to when I get that cover off. Alright, so now you can see we've got the truck cover off. And there is lubrication in here. So if we take a good look at these gears, they look like they're in somewhat good shape. But I want to be take extra special care of these, because Rivarossi is like an old Italian car. You gotta treat it with some respect, treat it with some care. So I am gonna put some grease in these steel gears in here, just for some added protection. Because this locomotive definitely deserves it. It being a locomotive that surprisingly has 2 motors in it, which I have not seen in one of these E8s. So, now that we've got it lubricated, we're going to nicely put our cover back on, just like so. And then we're gonna put our screws back in. Get this screw back in, just like so. Get that screw started. Okay, I'm gonna get this screwed back down, and then I'm gonna cut to when I get the other screw box cover, the truck cover box off. All right, it looks like, as you can see, we've got the same setup going on in here. We've got a little bit of oil, no grease, but it is very clean in here. So let's grab this grease, and we're gonna just put the grease on the middle gears. Now you can tell that these were built with quality parts because these are all metal gears, but that doesn't always mean that it's reliable. So you have to take extra special care with these old Rivarossis, and you know, treat them with respect. So let's get that going, and let's get a little bit of that going in there. Okay. Okay, now we'll put the cover back on, just like this. And put our screws back in. I can also tell that the last person who owned this over tightened these screws, because this one in the rear was very tight. All right, now we've got these greased and lubed. Let's get this locomotive back together and put it on the track and see how she runs now that we've got her lubed up. All right, so we've got her now on the track. Let's run her around and see how she runs now. I could definitely tell that she appreciates the oil and the grease. That is pretty cool, man. Let's run her backwards. How's her slow speed? Not that great of slow speed, but I'm not gonna complain. Well, I'm pretty happy with that, guys. Pretty good, cool eBay find. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.